Welcome to Stories About Wildlife. Today we've got 100 lightning-fast facts about the red fox, Vulpes vulpes. Watch until the end to become a true fox expert. Fact number 1. The red fox is the most widespread wild canid on Earth. Its scientific name, Vulpes vulpes, literally means fox in Latin. It ranges across North America, Europe, Asia, and parts of North Africa. It was also introduced to Australia in the 19th century and is now an invasive species there. Its average lifespan in the wild is 2 to 5 years, though some live up to 14 years in captivity. Adults weigh between 2.2 and 14 kilograms, depending on region and season. Their body length ranges from 45 to 19 centimeters, plus a 30 to 55 centimeter tail. That bushy tail, it's called a brush. It stores fat and helps with balance. They molt their fur twice a year, in spring and in fall, to adapt their coat to the seasons. Okay, we are at fact number 10. Winter fur can be twice as dense as summer fur, like wearing two sweaters. Their coat color varies. Common use include red, brown, silver, and a cross morph with a dark back stripe. Most of them have black socks on their legs and a white-tipped tail, but it's not always the case. Their ears can swivel up to 75 degrees. Think of tiny, furry satellite dishes. Whiskers on their face and muzzle help detect nearby objects in the dark. Fact number 15. Foxes are crepuscular, meaning they're most active at dawn and at dusk. They hunt over a home range of 2 to 12 square kilometers, depending on food availability. They mark their territory with urine and feces, scent posts to keep rivals at bay. A group of foxes is called a leash or a skulk, but not a leash you walk them with. Mating season peaks in January and February, and gestation lasts about 51 to 53 days. Litters average 4 to 6 pups, but can range from 1 up to 13 on rare occasions. Can you imagine having 13 babies in one go? Kids are born blind and deaf, opening their eyes at around 10 days old. Both parents and sometimes older siblings help care for the kids. The little pups first leave the den at about 4 weeks of age. Also, young foxes disperse at 5 to 7 months to find their own territory. Phew, already 25 facts in the bag. Ready for another round of foxy fun? Foxes dig burrows called earths, but often borrow old badger sets. So, other than stealing your heart, they can steal someone else's home. They cache surplus food by burying it, like tiny, furry treasure hunters. Some foxes stash over 100 food items in a single session. When snow hides their caches, they use smell and memory to relocate them. They are omnivores. Small mammals, birds, eggs, insects, fruits all make the menu. A single red fox eats about 1 to 2 kilograms of food per day. They can leap over 2 meters vertically to catch birds or clear fences. Parkour champions of the wild. Also, they are surprisingly good swimmers and will cross rivers for a meal. Their middle ear bones amplify low-frequency sounds under the snow, helping them locate their prey. That famous bounce they do when catching is called mousing, and it lands half the time. So, 50% success rate. Not bad for these little ninjas. They adapt to city life by making territories out of parks, gardens, and even alleys. Urban foxes also often raid garbage bins and livestock feed in towns and cities. Clever foxes can recognize human faces, friend or foe. They know who's feeding them. Foxes can sprint at up to 48 kilometers per hour, and that is faster than most humans can run. Their average stride when trotting is about 70 centimeters. They have over 20 distinct vocal calls, including twitters, barks, and howls. The vixen scream during mating can be so horrifying it's mistaken for a human in distress. Foxes are really playful animals, chasing each other, mock fighting, and sometimes even playing with other species. Fox pairs are primarily monogamous, but some sneak in extracurricular filings. The male fox is called a dog fox or a tod. The female is a vixen. When their ranges overlap, red foxes can also hybridize with Arctic foxes. Foxes host over 40 species of parasites, fleas, ticks, and intestinal worms included. They are also a major reservoir for rabies in Europe and North America. What you should watch for are foxes that try to bite you without a reason. In folklore, foxes symbolize cunning, trickery, and sometimes even wisdom. Fact number 50. A fox urine actually glows under UV light. Pretty neat Halloween art. Okay, we're halfway through. Let's keep that energy going. Fox tracks in snow often make a distinctive cross-shaped pattern. They use different den entrances for sleeping, waste, and emergency exits. Adults spend about 10% of daylight hours on high alert, scanning for food and danger. In hot weathers, they pant and seek shade to cool off. No hair conditioning required. Also, black-eared individuals shade their ears to dissipate heat more effectively. In spring, vixens lie in dens with grass and fur plucked from their bellies. All this for insulation. Foxes shift their diet seasonally. Berries in summer, small mammals in the winter. But actually, most of the times, they eat what they can find. They can flip poisonous amphibians to extract only the safe parts. Little gourmet chefs. Occasionally, foxes hunt in pairs, like a tiny, furry Special Forces unit. Fact number 60. They can climb over low fences or even low branches to escape or explore. Family territories often overlap when resources are plentiful. Fox neighbors aren't always foes. Territorial disputes involve tail bristling, vocal threats, and chasing. No fox boxing matches, but close. University studies also have trained foxes to follow commands much like dogs. You hear that, Pavlov? Domesticated Siberian foxes, bred for friendliness, display dog-like sociability. Historically, fox fur was prized in fashion, but overtrapping nearly wiped populations out. And now, modern fur farms selectively breed color morphs, silver, cross, and more. In many regions, also, foxes are legally hunted or trapped as pests. Despite this hunting pressure, red foxes are listed by the IUCN as LC, or least concern, so populations are stable. They also naturally control rodents, making them beneficial in agricultural areas. Fact number 70. Predators of foxes include wolves, bears, cougars, and large birds of prey. Pups' mortality can exceed 50% due to starvation and predation. Older foxes, on the other hand, often show graying muzzles and slower reflexes. Using radio collars and a technique called radio tracking has revealed how foxes adapt and disperse. They also play a key role in seed dispersal by eating fruits and excreting the seeds. Scat surveys help biologists monitor fox diet and ecosystem health. Just 25 more facts. Get ready for the final stretch. Foxes communicate with scent glands on their feet, tail, and face. Studies also show foxes remember location of human-provided food for months. In parks, bold foxes sometimes approach people for handouts. And also, a side note, most people don't understand that giving food to wild predators is really damaging for them, as they grow too bold and too confident towards us, reaching for houses and streets. As you might have seen on social media, photographers use feeding heights to ethically capture close-up fox portraits. Fact number 80, only 20 to go. Foxes can drown small rodents by dragging them underwater, a faster way to take them out. They adapt breeding times if food is scarce, delaying estrus until conditions improve. Personality studies show some foxes are naturally bold, others are more shy. Foxes groom by licking their fur to remove parasites. Spa day, fox style. Despite frequent exposure, foxes rarely get struck by lightning. Maybe fur is a poor conductor. They sometimes collect bits of cloth or objects for bedding. Their lodges are surprisingly comfy. In World War II, their acute hearing was studied to detect distant artillery fire. Also, thanks to conservation biology, foxes have been reintroduced to former ranges in both England and Europe. They coexist with urban rats, but rarely prey on adults. Mice remain their favorite snack. On some farms, guardian dogs are used to protect poultry from fox raids. Foxes adjust den sites to avoid seasonal floods. Adaptive real estate agents. Just 10 more, hold on. Fox dens can include up to 10 rooms. As I've said, they're comfy. They have been observed using roads for faster travel, risking car collisions. Fox tourism, fox walks, is popular in some parts of Europe. Citizen science projects, like iNaturalist, track fox sightings via mobile apps. Foxes feature in modern media, films, cartoons, and video games. Genetic studies reveal high gene flow across continents, basically confirming the existence of many subspecies of this animal. Also, speaking of studies, climate change may shift the northern fox ranges further north. Also, foxes serve as sentinel species, studying and observing them for ecosystem health in agricultural landscapes. Foxes can form friendships with other wildlife, occasionally mutual grooming with badgers. Foxes whistle softly during courtship, like a romantic serenade in the forest. And the last fact is that each fox is an ecological engineer, shaping prey populations and plant communities. And that's 100 fox facts to turn you into a red fox expert. I hope I didn't bore you. Also, if you stayed until the end, I really appreciate you. Which fact surprised you the most? Drop its number below, hit like and subscribe for more stories about wildlife.